Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today I've got another match for you guys. I've got Imperialdramon as well as Black RagnaLoardmon. Okay, RagnaLoardmon is seeing more and more play here recently. Black and red. Today's match is going to be the black. I do want to get the red one on here very soon, but both can do some blowout levels of damage. So you got to be careful of these decks. Okay, both of them could at any moment just run right over you, and so really excited to get both of them head to head here. I chose the best match I could where I felt like both decks really popped off, so let's get into this and watch it. Also, don't forget, this month's memory counter is Koromon, right? These are all handmade by my wife. This is one of the test dummies here. Starts having little issues getting in and out of focus. But that's the reward for this month's Patreon $20 tier, all right? And you'll get access to everything else below that. So, but we'll go ahead and get into this. We've got the Saber Nero sleeves here working for that the Imperialdramon deck. Over on the right, we've got Black here already going into Ludamon. Decides to Digivolve into it instead of playing it. You know, that play, lets you search. But if your hand's already stacked, then you probably might not need to get that search off as desperately, I suppose. But then go straight into the Ludamon here, which is the 4s and 5s of Black. They're all right. They got that Digivolve, which can really handle some problematic stuff over just the raw security attack bonus that Red has from their level 4s and 5s. Blue over here is just going into a Gomamon, just a 2-drop Gomamon. Nothing super exciting over there. It looks like they got a Hammer Spark in hand. And then we see the Davis play. An early Davis play is really, really good. You get the Digimon in the raising area ready to come out next turn, and you drop a Davis, so now he gets to select anything, the most important thing right now, and then add it to hand. You only have 4 Imperialdramon in the deck, so sending one to the bottom this early, probably not the best idea. Yeah, so go ahead and adds that to hand there and puts the rest to the bottom. The other stuff you can get to hand, other things, 4s and 3s. But you only got 4 Imperialdramon, so you got to make those count. And that Davis is just really nice. You're going to have that memory efficiency for the entire rest of the game. So if you can ever get away with playing a memory fixer like turn 1, I usually recommend going for it. And then Black here, going into the Andromon, setting up for that defense. Doesn't have to worry about any jamming just yet, but you never know with Blue. So it doesn't hurt to be kind of proactive about dealing with that. Passes it back to them. That Davis puts us right back up to 3 memory. Feels really good. So easy Digivolve here. Goes into the Gorillamon. Probably just kind of getting some draw power going here. That 1 cost, so easy. You're pretty much always guaranteed, if it's the first card you play, that you don't have to pass your turn after you do it. So you get to do something else afterwards. And then goes straight into the Imperialdramon. Puts the opponent at 1. Just already raring to go. That Imperialdramon is in hand. Next turn gets set to 3 because of Davis gets to drop that Imperialdramon, so you got to be careful. Going back over to Black, though, we got the Gatsumon coming down here. Looks like he is running the eggs in full force there for RagnaLoardmon. Here we do see the Ludamon drop this time, so you're going to set out that 5. You see a Ragna there, and the Reds level 6 there. Their names are all kind of confusing here. I actually had to pull them up. Durandamon or Durandamon? Duran. Alright, and then now we actually get to see the LadyDevimon drop. We got the Upamon underneath the Imperialdramon, so not the most exciting, but it is live thanks to the Ludamon being on field. So if we see the Imperialdramon drop right here, which I'm sure we will, it'll be live for that draw power at least. So, and then the Imperialdramon will allow it to unsuspend. Unfortunately, they don't get a free swing with the Imperialdramon because that Andromon is a 7k blocker, and Imperialdramon is a 7k. So, lose 1 attack, but that's okay. You are definitely going to get 2 for sure. So, and there's that Upamon draw. That second swing there, 12k jamming. You're already 12k, but why not add jamming on top of it? And, that was definitely a Dino Beamon. There we go. We see the another Gorillamon drop. again, putting the opponent at 1 turn after turn. Very, very nice to be able to do that, especially against these decks that really, you know, like to pop off. RagnaLoardmon, you gotta be careful though, because if they have a 6 on field, Ragna's coming out probably, and he's still gonna be swinging just because of his effect that basically reduces his memory cost to essentially 0 for that Digivolution. And then here we see the Imperialdramon. Yeah, these names are nuts. These they're pretty wild. But setting up here, don't think he's gonna want to block that. Oh, the Inheritable is blocker anyway, so he couldn't. So we couldn't get 2 swings again out of the Imperialdramon. Imperialdramon just putting in work. And then now we see the DinoBeamon drop. Again, 3 cost evolution, but it's got piercing, which is nice, and you know, jamming, of course. So DinoBeamon just by itself is nice, but Imperialdramon's really good if you know you're going to be going to into the Imperialdramons immediately. And then there we see the Tech Omnimon coming in, dropping, taking out the Mega there. Going to be setting black like heavily back at this point. Does have 6 memory to work with though, which is really good. Decides to Digivolve into the Gatsumon. Just an incredible black rookie for sure. Alright, and we're going to see them work through all this, the memory here. Going to go up into that level 5. This is the Brio, right? The Teoludamon. No. The RagnaLoardmon. Yeah, these names. And then we see the Ludramon. And here comes the Ragna. And then there we go. Brings it back to 0 because he gets to put the red Mega underneath it. So now we got both Megas. So now this is a beefy Ragna, and he's going to get to de-Digivolve only once because he doesn't have the level 4, but you know, that's all you need for sure because he's 14k, and that's going to be enough to run over that Imperialdramon with that 12k. And then he does have piercing, so then we see the Davis drop here. So again, adding exactly what he needs. This is going to be really, really crucial right now. Probably not a blocker because the piercing on the Ragna isn't going to do any good. It could maybe stop the Gatsu from maybe taking the game next turn, but I don't think even Black Ragna can't really put out the same amount of damage. And then we see the second check from that security attack +1 that Ragna has built in, and then he goes ahead and drops the tie. It's a lot of memory to give. Granted, they're going to be at 3 anyways. But now that does give Ragna another security attack. So now he's essentially doing 3 checks, which, if you look over there, is enough to clear all of that that security that blue has. So the Gatsumon could potentially clean it up here. It's going to be interesting to see how blue gets out of this one. And then we see that finally the Vmon come down, and then it's going to hard play another Vmon. Hammer Sparks. Alright, we finally see the Hammer Spark play. Hasn't needed it because of the Davis this whole time. And then we see yet another rookie drop. Looks like they're going to go super wide here. Going to try to push for game next turn. No de-Digivolving shenanigans going to work this time. So passes turn. Now the tie puts them at 3. That's a lot of memory to work with. No blockers for blue here. Going to go ahead and hard play the Higuramon. I don't know about that. And it goes into the Numamon for that draw. I would have swung first because you're playing against blue, 1 Hammer Spark, and insecurity, and you're toast. So here we see the swing, going to de-Digivolve. We should be seeing 3 security checks here, if I'm not mistaken. There's the 2. Oh no, misplay. Yeah, so really black should have cleaned it up right there. He should have checked for 3 because of the tie. Oh, no, that's the black tie. Sorry, this whole time I had it mixed up. That is the black tie, not the red tie. That's where I'm mixing it up. Still memory fixing. But then here, wow, look how close that game was. So crazy. So there at the end, couldn't get enough blockers on field. That's why he went into the blocker-heavy format. But, yeah, had 5 swings coming in there with 3 blockers. With yeah, because the Ragna has blocker now because of the Inheritable. So 3 blocks but 5 attacks, and nothing in security that black is running really kind of impacts the field, right? You don't see Hammer Sparks, you don't see anything that blows up the enemy stuff for the most part. So, not really in a black Ragna deck, at least. Literally, the crazy part is, like I thought, if that had been the red tie, then this would have been done. Black would have had this if that had just been a red tie instead of a black tie. Literally, the match was that close, and then blue came back and swung immediately for game next turn. So, super, super crazy. Like, that's how powerful these decks are. It's literally like in one turn, well, in 2 turns, essentially, black pushed after being on the ropes. That Omni came down, wiped their field. Black went all the way back up into a Ragna and just almost just swung for game after like 2 turns. Just so close. And then blue getting pushed back just was like, okay, just drop all the rookies. We got jamming rookies, you know, we got cheap costed rookies, and didn't matter to them. They're just going to start swinging like crazy. Even with all of black's defenses, it's hard even for black to stand up to a full field of rookies, especially that late in the game like it was with only the 1 security left. It just literally came down to a single, essentially an option, a tamer. Just swapping a tamer out for another tamer could have drastically changed this game. Although that tie is really good, especially with the Gatsumon. Gatsumon essentially by himself can shut down Rookie Rush, which is pretty cool. But against this, it just kind of worked out in favor of blue this turn. But don't sleep on RagnaLoardmon, okay? You can see how powerful it is, even against a deck as powerful as Imperialdramon, that, as you saw, had no problem going off. So, black, even the black RagnaLoardmon can go off. The red, though, oh my god, the red has so much power. While black is a little more stalling, and I like black because it has a good Rookie Rush matchup, whereas I don't think the red RagnaLoardmon has a good rookie matchup, just because black kind of needs red needs a little bit more memory to really pop off and get going, whereas black they need the memory, but they can put down some blockers and slowly work into it. Whereas Rookie Rush will just run past you if you're red and then beat you. But against black has a good Rookie Rush matchup. So it balances. Both black and red RagnaLoardmons are really good. It's just depending on what you're going against is going to kind of determine, you know, what you're going to have to deal with. Unfortunately, it just worked out in Imperialdramon's favor on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this type of content, I try to put it out as much as possible, so definitely subscribe. Also, if you really enjoyed the content, check out my Patreon. I have a link in the description below for it. You can get access to my Discord server, as well as if you're a Dragon Village M fan, account takeovers where I help you out with your account. If you're a Digimon fan, I've got monthly giveaway, well, not even giveaways, I've got monthly merch that's specific to Patreon, stuff like memory counters, custom made. This is the baby form of Vmon here. There's going to be more in the works also, so lots of memory counters, all kinds of awesome Digimon merch. So definitely check out that tier, and if you're just all out crazy, there's other tiers if you're that dedicated. As well as check out my Teespring. I've got awesome merch there, you know, official Battle Ready Ink merch. Awesome phone cases for you Digimon fans out there. They've got them for iPhones as well as Samsungs. So they are super sweet. If you've seen the last Digimon movie, that's where these are from. I had a friend of mine custom make these so that way they fit perfectly on these phone cases. They look super good. So definitely check those out. But at the end of the day, if you can't do any of that, just like I said, like the video. That helps a ton. And subscribe. It doesn't hurt, but it helps me. So that's what's the real benefit. And as always, I'll see you next time.